New 5-star Queen Eternal card. Very nice, very nice. Alright, well, let's see. So we've got How the West Was Sung. What? Level 1 quest? Oh, Wandering Minstrel. Why is it level 1? My word, said you, Cassandra. I'm overjoyed that fate would arrange this meeting. I'm not surprised. When I heard tell of your adventure with Book Lamat, I had a feeling it would only be a matter of time until we crossed paths. What am I doing in Tyrol, you ask? Yeah, and why are you wearing the freaking Viper outfit? Why, I'm come in search of unusual and fantastic stories I may weave into songs to spin tales that will enchant the crowds world over. And this land has proven to be a treasure trove of folk tales and legends alike, that unlike any that can be found across the sea. I've set each and every one to memory, and my head is swimming with new verses. Yet for all the myths newly added to my repertoire, I still yearn for tales of newfound adventure. Tales involving parties that yet live, preferably recounted by someone with first-hand experience. And you are just such a woman. Pray, share with me everything that happens as you set foot in Tyrol. I shall set it to song. Every trial you endured during the Rite of Secession, every blood-curdling moment of your assault upon the levin-shrouded dome, I beg you spare no detail. The words will lend texture to my melodies and substance to my lyrics. Oh, I have a feeling my most memorable work is soon to come. Of course, I understand you may not have the time at present, so I'll be here for a while yet, polishing my prose for a mirror sheen. Simply come to me when you have a story to share, and I shall listen in rapt attention. If you come to share your heroic deeds, yeah, let's talk about Valigarmanda and Zerolja. So not Sven, then. No extreme trial for Sven. Did battle with Valigarmanda, troll Vidrel of legend, dubbed the Sky Ruin, who ruled the heavens by beak and talon. Many are the legend of this beast among beasts, but I would wager the telling of your battle is more thrilling than the most harrowing tales. At the hand of a devious scoundrel was the seal put in place by Galul-Zajar broken, and thus was the living calamity unleashed again upon the world, only to be struck down by Wuk-Lamat and her mighty companion. Whoa! Careful there, kitty cat. This glimpse into the events of the Rite of Secession shall provide me with more than enough inspiration for my next song. Thank you for sharing it with me. By the by, do you know the meaning of the term Terel Vidrel? In the language of the Mamulja, it means that which clings to the earth. A fitting description for beings powerful enough to claim an entire continent as their territory. Valigarmanda was said to be the most formidable among them. Though you emerged victorious, the fiend was but recently roused from slumber. What do you suppose would have happened had Valigarmanda been given sufficient time to regain its strength? Ha, such questions are why we have imaginations, yes? And imagine I shall. Mightiest heroes of Aetheris matched against the full fury of Valigarmanda. A story for the ages. Vorkor Lardor, Extreme, now accessible. Talk about Zerolja. So what have you brought for me today? The story of Zerolja. Ah, the final moments of the former Dawn Servant's firstborn. His story gives rise to a complex mixture of emotions. It would be insulting to call it something so trite as an adventurous tale. Ah, the only true son of Galul-Zajar. He doubtless felt a heavy burden of responsibility to be deemed worthy of succeeding his father. His weight was likely made all the more stifling by the fact he had but one head. So he sought great power to make up for his perceived shortcomings. That he could never quite live up to the expectations he set for himself, and in his blind pursuit he stepped upon a crooked path. For 30 long years did he keep company with anger in that dome, yet no amount of anguish can justify the countless lives he stole. Know what I believe, Cassandra? I believe the moment Zeraljar killed his own father, whose admiration he fought so hard to win, his life lost all meaning. His sins cannot be forgiven, 'tis true, yet his story is a tragic one. I suspect each of us can see parts of ourselves reflected within it. Thank you for sharing it with me. A dark shadow loomed over the right of succession, and we would do best not to forget he who cast it. While many will view Zeraljar as a murderer and tyrant, reducing him to a mindless villain will blunt the impact of the lessons we can learn from his fate. This is a tale that must be told with great care. Everkeep Extreme, now accessible. New high-end duty has been unlocked. Cool. Hunting the Hunter is now available. And I bet unlocking the Arcadian is going to involve heading off to Solution 9. But there also should be 2 dungeons that should have unlocked now that are part of the extreme, or the, not extreme, the expert roulette. And I'm going to assume that this is one of them. It belongs in a museum. The strange man is staring at you intensely, perhaps too intensely. Sandra, at last! No idea how long I waited here, hoping we might finally meet. It's a matter of utmost importance I simply must have your assistance with. But introductions are in order. I'm Zakian, professor of archaeology at the Studium. At the behest of the former head of Reason, I was invited to oversee various archaeological expeditions throughout Tyrol. Heard from a little bird in Valuk soon saw that you, most renowned adventurer, had made your way to this continent, and could think of no better individual to aid me in uncovering its history. As a matter of fact, I've already made a most fascinating discovery in the wilds of Tyrol. I chartered a balloon to examine a point of interest in Sheloani, you see. Soon discovered ruins which have been unseen for nigh a millennium. Surely Lady Luck is on my side, I thought. Alas, things soon took a turn for the worse. In spirit of inquiry, I hired a group of mercenaries for protection, made my first foray into the area, but were no more than halfway through before a host of fierce fiends barred our approach. Truth be told, 'tis a miracle we even made out alive. Yet for a seasoned explorer like you, I dare say delving into the deepest recesses of such ruins unharmed would be child's play. What do you say? Join my investigation and embark on this new adventure? I knew you wouldn't disappoint. The ruins lie beyond the river north of Lake Tori in Sheloani. Let's continue our conversation there. Cool, cool. So that's one dungeon. But where would the other one be? Because I'm not seeing any other blues other than the hunt, which is what hunting the hunter is. And that makes me suspect that it's in another area. So I'm going to assume it's Solution 9. Let's head over there. And we'll see if there are any blues. I mean, I feel like there's got to be at least one. Trial by Spire, a new challenger approaches and something stray in the neighborhood. Oh my. There's 3 over there. Huh. Alright. Well, let's check those then. Because one of those is probably the Arcadian. But the other 2... I mean, I'm assuming one of them is the dungeon, but I don't know what the other 2 would be. Here's nostalgia. Something stray in the neighborhood. Nostalgia breathes a sigh of relief at the sight of you. Cassandra, I've been looking all over for you. Apologies for the lack of pleasantries, as there's precious little time to spare. A curious anomaly has wormed its way into living memory, and we fear it could pose a terrible threat if left alone. Please, you must help us. What? Wonderful. Oblivion is lucky to count you among its allies. Let's reconvene at the Gate of Remembrance, then. I can explain more there. Oh, but fair warning, may not be able to recognize me at first glance. I mean, that sounds like a dungeon. So that might be both dungeons. So I'm curious, because again, one of them I assume is Arcadian. Eccentric researcher has an eccentric proposition. Pardon me, but you wouldn't happen to be Cassandra, would you? Very same Cassandra saved Solution 9. I knew it! You, my heroic friend, are in luck. I'm granting you permission to test your might against my indomitable dummies. This is the freaking trial. The land, sea, sky, whatever thing. There was a military research, but willing to make an exception for one of your talents. Oh, yeah. It's because it's the trial by Spire thing. Nothing to say, you've been struck dumb by my overwhelming generosity. Don't worry, for I will ease you in with a thorough explanation. Once you return to your senses, come meet me in the outskirts. Cool. I don't need to do that at all, because I never need to do those, because I don't do extremes or savage, but that will unlock the ability for us to do that. And there he is! There's the Arcadian dude right there. So, before we go here to the Arcadian, I think I want to... Oh, I'm actually surprised that I don't have to unlock anything in order to now access the normal raids. Let's see. So this is here. We'll just go there to start, since we're right there anyway. Then we can unlock the Spire thing. What I want to do is I want to unlock the dungeons, and then I want to tackle the role quests. Because we still have the physical DPS and magical ranged DPS to do. Yeah. I don't really care about all of the stuff about why I have access to the trial by Spire. All I care about is unlocking it, even though I don't need to. Also, before I do anything else, let's go into our mount guide and add the alpaca to our favorites. And as much as I do love Torgal, I haven't even been using him. So I think I'm gonna drop him so that we can pull out our alpaca. Like, look at how many mounts I have in here. You know? But, like, I don't use any of these. Except for the ones that are on my freaking bar here. I love it. Whee! Of course it can fly. All mounts can fly nowadays. There actually was a point where they didn't make it so that all mounts could fly. But since then, they have. So... Layload Nemo. So I'm a little confused, though. Did this area, like, get fused in with our world now? I mean, it's completely barren and freaking empty, but still. Like, is this in our world now, or is this still, like, behind the gate, you know? That's what I don't quite understand. Is, like... Is it, like, is this now just part of the world? Like, did it fuse? Did it, like, succeed in fusing? Did it fail at fusing? You know? Like, it looks like it's in the world now, you know? But it's still behind the Sky Deep Cenote. So, I don't quite understand if it's, like, physically here, or if we're still, like, going into, like, another reflection. Ha! There you are, Cassandra. Oh, yep. I see. It's me, Nostalgia. Surprised? A little bit. Surrounds are gone. Oblivion's been allocating its resources to an investigation of living memory. Utilizing Keshua's technology, we developed remote-controlled sentries operable from the back room. So our surveys are both safe and efficient. To think that this once lay at Everkeep's summit. I can't help but wonder if a shade of my father ever resided in this grand city of the Endless. Forgive me. I did say I'd explain the circumstances behind all this. During an earlier survey of the area, I encountered one of the Endless, claimed to be one of the city's caretakers, and offered me a guided tour. I accepted, thinking I could conduct my observations at the same time. That's when we discovered the anomaly. A rift in the very fabric of living memory. I'm sure you'd rather see it yourself to believe it, though. Let's make for the Esperance Wheels first. Constancy, the Endless who guided me, that is, should still be on duty there. Really? Constancy is still around? Didn't we, like, help him pass on? Maybe not. That might have just been a generic tour guide that we helped pass on. Ooh. Yeah, I'd call that a rift. In fact, I'd call that a void gate. A warm yesterland welcome to you, my friend. Or should I say, welcome back. I had not expected you to return as our anomaly-slaying volunteer. I do hope I was able to make your first visit to the Gate of Remembrance a special one. Your associate here informed me of what occurred afterwards, namely, Her Majesty's regrettable demise. Possibly. Needn't fret, I harbor no ill will against you. I, for one, would not wish to remain endless at the cost of such terrible sacrifice to worlds beyond. Though your efforts saw the city's terminals deactivated, I somehow remain. Still, I am grateful for my survival, as it allowed me to discover this peculiar phenomena. A lost district of living memory lies beyond this rift, you see. I previously informed you that our beautiful city was comprised of 4 areas. This was not always the case. Numerous others once thrived, till one day our reality was irrevocably altered in an attempt to bridge our world to others, and several districts were consumed in the process. Among the areas lost was a resplendent amusement district known as Dream Burrow. This rift, however, allows us access through its streets once more. We took a cursory gander of the place for ourselves, as we were curious to know what became of it. But there's nothing amusing about it. Quite the opposite, actually. We were promptly chased out by a horde of angry ghosts. After decades disconnected from living memory's ether supply, we must assume that the endless who resided there are no more. Once idyllic atmosphere has been marred by a dismal shroud. I dare say our poor dream burrow has warped itself into a place of nightmares. It has returned to us a lost soul. It has returned to us as a lost soul would, longing for connection. Beings within have come to call it the Stray Burrow Deadwalk. Now that it's reconnected with living memory, presence is a risk to the city, so I'd like you to brave the Deadwalk and shed some light on this mystery. I got this. You have my thanks. I regret that I cannot give you a tour of the place myself, but know that I shall be with you in spirit. The Dreadwalk unlocked. It's the Stray Burrow Deadwalk. Alright. So that's our first dungeon. And then over here... Ah, what? I didn't attune to this aetherite. Seriously? How the frick did I go about that? Like, how the frick did that happen? Whee! Seriously, I love that freaking track so much, dude. I'm not kidding when I say that that freaking track got stuck in my head. Like, so easily. There we go. Now I think we're attuned to all of the aetherites. I hope. Hope I didn't miss any, somehow. Wonderful, you're here. History lost to the ages lies in the valley just upstream. It is a landscape unlike any other, teeming with sabotenders of all shapes and sizes. I call it Tender Valley. Doubtless the ruins have remained untouched for all these years due to its barbed environs. After all, none would wish to become the victim of their thousand needles. You know, this is probably where that boss is, the Sabotender boss. Though I believe the ruins nested deep within the valley to be Yakoi in origin, closer inspection revealed motifs even I could not recognize. There's a new discovery waiting to be found within, I'm sure of it. Alas, the defense mechanism protecting it were far too much for the mercenaries I hired. It would be wise to not underestimate them yourself. Ah, lest I forget, you should know that I dropped some of my notes concerning the expedition during my escape. If you would know of my findings, I encourage you to search for the records during your exploration. I shall await your return here, and trust you the honor of discovering the unknowns which lie within. Thunder Valley, now accessible. Thunder Valley and the Strayborough Deadwalk. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and queue for both of those. Meanwhile, I have to remember where the role quests are. I know they're all over here somewhere. Just have to remember where each freaking one is. Like, I know there was one in Kugane. But was that the melee DPS one? Frick it. I'ma look it up. Role quests. Here we go. Oh, I see. Those are achievements. Do we do Cornered Prey? Or are we on Imposter Syndrome? Guess we'll find out. Because, yes, it is in fact Kugane. For the range DP or melee DPS. So we're either on Cornered Prey, which I think we did, or we're on Imposter Syndrome. Because I think we're on Imposter Syndrome. Because I do recall getting a quest from Kuyiki before. Yes, Imposter Syndrome. Cool. We are indeed on Imposter Syndrome. That's why I thought we were, but I couldn't remember. So, let's find out what all the buzz is about. Somebody in the FC was like, when you do the melee DPS role quests, don't skip the level 100 cutscene. I'm like, who freaking skips cutscenes? That's not the point of Final Fantasy XIV. Sorry. Yuki seems to be on edge. I get that people do, for some reason, but it's not the point. Good to see you, Cassandra. Or should I say, Samidare. There's only one way to be sure. I need you to tell me something only you and I would know. I used the cocoon to take on Itoka's form. What creature did I hunt? I don't know. You never told me. It's really you. Phew, that's a relief. Indeed, I never told you that my arrow struck a great wild boar. Prize for any hunter. Samidare is the only one who ever saw it. Sorry for doubting you, but I could think of no better way to expose him if he'd attempted to impersonate you again. Have to remain vigilant after all, even though no news of his plots has reached me as of late. From here to Yangxia, people are on alert for a many-faced agitator within their midst. Not even a stray cat is beyond scrutiny. Asami there can no longer act so brazenly. Afraid this means his trail's gone cold. I also have another problem. When he pushed me into the Ruby Sea, the remedy I carried was soaked in salt water. I'm afraid it's no longer effective. No doubt his plan from the start was to eliminate the one means we had of undoing the cocoon's mimicry. I had a disadvantage too great to ignore, which is why I intend to synthesize a new batch. I was just about to go procure the necessary ingredients from the supplier when you arrived. Why don't you join me? Whoops. Wow, it's not far to get back to the Aetheryte. Wow. That's hilarious. This is the longest that this cat has sat in my lap, and I am kind of really happy. She's seriously just been sitting in my lap for the last, hour. Never heard of such materials. Where are they found? Deep in the forests of Tyrol, land beyond the Great Sea and far, far to the west of here. Tyrol? I'm, afraid my supply chain does not extend quite that far. No surprise there. I mean, what did she expect? Feared as much. It doesn't help that the materials can only be harvested when the season is right. Even were I to return home now, I doubt I could find what we need. No chance but to give up on the remedy. I'm sorry. How at the mercy of Samidare's cunning. Hello there. Tell me, have you any salves that might ease my aching back? Sir, this isn't the apothecary. Where are your spectacles? Oh yes, how could I forget? Much better. Ha! Sometimes I forget that I'm as blind as a bat without these. Forgive me, Shirokashi. Excuse me, but do those bits of glass covering your eyes help you see better? Oh, yes. Are you unfamiliar with spectacles? I've seen folk wearing them before, but I always thought they were decorative, like my choker. Tell me, where can I procure a pair of my own? Yamabuki is your man. He has a breadth of artisan contracts, who will ensure you receive a pair fine-tuned to your specifications. Find a shop on this very street. Look for him. Thank you. Sorry, you must be completely bewildered. Thought a failure of a hunter like me would never be able to aid you in battle. But I've just come to realize there's hope yet. Let's not crowd this all any longer. Can you join me over there? Is that why she can't hit anything? She just needs glasses? That is hilarious, if so. If that turns out to be the case, I'm gonna laugh so hard. I don't think the cutscene got to finish before we got pulled in, unfortunately. Whee! Oh look, we're in this space again. The place between places. That's Electrotope, alright. Oh my. The Stray Burrow Deadwalk. But this is our first dungeon where we have been forced to, you know, take players. Gray memories. This is a very interesting place. Whole dungeon. I hope you like gimmicks. This whole dungeon is basically gimmicks. Alright. Royal Highness Leonig, the first, graces us with his presence. Malicious Mist. For his royal headness. So I guess, I mean, first off, it seems like you have to avoid these dudes. The dudes that are running around. Otherwise you get transformed. be noggin in character, but perhaps it's time you start resisting. There are limits to my patience. Oh, the healer is dead. Goodbye, my subjects, and good night. That was certainly something. It's the worst one. More materia. Ow. Cordially invited to Jack in the Pot's Enchanted Tea Party. The teapots are spinning. I see. I think these ghosts here like jumped into the teapot. Whoops. And so you have to like know which one is them and which one is like safe. Whoa, that's pain. Ba, 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 ba. So the one in the front and the one in the back there. Oh, but they switch. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm ever gonna figure this fight out. I mean, I guess if they stay, like, opposite each other at all times, then I do only have to track just the one, right? Because then I know it's like, okay, and that, the one next to that is the bad one. Endless house. Find out what guide you through its haunted halls. Oh no! It's freaking Calcabrina. Freaking Calcabrina, man. Big Calcabrinas. I'm trying to use positionals, at least to some degree here. I don't know how much it's actually, like, beneficial to, like, sit here and fight with them, though. Beyond this hall lies Tremorai, Lord of Nightmares. In words, together we shall end his reign of terror. Hopefully they, you know, waiting. Haven't begun combat, so. What the frick is this dungeon, dude? Watch buffs or die painfully. Got it. Poltergeist. Ghost Duster. Ow. I see. I think I get that now. And now I need to be Ghost. Easy. So because I am Ghost, I can go through a wall. See, that's what I didn't get the first time. Was I didn't realize that, like, I could even go Ghost. Like, I didn't see the Ghost light bit. Got it. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. It just really is. You just have to know the ghost light mechanic. GG. You just gotta realize that that's a thing. The slightest, we're calling it mechanics of the zone. Awesome. Alright, well, I mean, that's an interesting dungeon. So, yep, I have to talk to her all over again. Because right as the cutscene was ending, we got into the dungeon. Let's go talk over there. A pair of spectacles, is it? I can certainly get your order in the pipeline. Afraid there'll be a wait. Fresh out of supplies, you see, and the next shipment isn't due for a number of weeks. Of course, if you're in such a rush, you could roll up your sleeves and get the materials yourselves. All you need is a glossy shell of an azure hawksbill and a cluster of Orland quartz. Bring them here, my affiliates can begin work immediately. Who knows what scheme Samidare might contrive should we let down our chase for weeks? Would you be willing to lend me a hand with procuring the materials? If we split up, we should be able to gather them in the blink of an eye. Quite the eager pair, I see. that case, I dare say you'll be able to negotiate with the Blue Kojin for a carapace of splendid quality. Ah, I visited Tamamizu during my investigation of the Ruby Sea. I'll handle the shell. That leaves you with the Orland Quartz. Pray, look for a cavern near Shoal Rock in the Ruby Sea. Sprinkle some glittering gravel to lure a shoal Iwamushi from its lair within and retrieve a cluster from its shell. Glimmering gravel. Let's meet back here when we're finished. Alrighty. It's over here. But yeah, that was a very interesting dungeon. I gotta say. It was very different than I expected. Should now be able to go complete the quest for that one. And then we've got Tender Valley, so let's queue for that while we're, working on this. And then I think we'll just kinda work on this until... there's a cave. Got it. There's Tender Valley. So I'll just kind of wait here. I was going to say we'll just work on this until the dungeon pops. But then the dungeon popped. So... I guess we'll just do the dungeon. Though, probably after we complete this quest, we'll probably have to stop the stream. I'll just look these up. Framing with an open check? Old strategy. Missed it. Missed it. Try another. Frick. That's unfortunate. I would say that that is my biggest complaint with Viper. That you can just trigger the freaking, like, big ability and then hit the wrong button and it just cancels the entire thing immediately. There's nothing you can do about it. Barrel tender. Wow! I see, so it's like that, is it? Wow. Quickly right. I love that he poses. That's hilarious. Whee! Might as well use it now. Who knows who knows how long I'll live. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and do these level 100s on a class where I can actually, like, have a chance to look at things. Because I am not understanding some of these mechanics simply because I'm not able to, like, stop and look around for a second. Oh, I already have the puckle. That's starting to feel a little rude at first. Whee! Oh. What the frick? Valley Diggers and Valley Cliff Kites. Materia. This is a very interesting place. Land of the Chiwargar. The frick is that? Anthracite. That one was fairly clear. I say. Well, that one was pretty clear where those were going, I'd say, as the next attack was not clear at all where it was going. Okay, actually, yeah. Just gotta follow the lines on the ground. I see that. I got the lines on the ground with the, you know, lines of where it's like going and whatnot. Like where it's throwing the gold ones. That, or not. Boy, he sure likes to target the newbie. Yep, I didn't get any of that, so... Yakhoi orbs. Yakhoi vessels. Them some arrows. Whee! Fight that guy and then fight this dude separately. Oh, I see. It's this thing. I see. How much do you remember Shadowbringers? Because this freaking, basically this fight again. Freaking Ranka dudes. Yeah. I can see why you would single pull that. Is it the Great Serpent of Ranka? What the frick? Oh my god, it literally is! It literally is! The greatest serpent of Troll! Oh my god! Nice! Oh, it's the freaking Great Serpent of Ranka. I love everything about that. All the way down to his freaking dopey look. Forward and back, forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back, and one step forward. I love this. Look at Shadowbringers reference, dude. You're longing to vacate your mortal coil. What? Oh, I see. Fear him! Round and round. These ones are going forward and backward. Got it. That's not actually that difficult. Moist summoning. Round and round, forward and back. Whoa, round and round. I like this boss. This is my favorite boss. I'm wasting it, but it's gonna get wasted either way. Got him. Best boss. I love him. Everybody's left. That's why I tried to give me something, but I couldn't take it. Because everybody had already left. It's a freaking Ronka, dude. So does that mean then that the Ronka are the Yakoi of the first? Oh my gosh. That would be like amazing if that were the case. I don't know if we ever actually like figured out. I really didn't do any of the like side quests, so I don't really know if we ever like discovered anything about the Ronka or not. Mostly we just went in and freaking fought the light wardens in each dungeon. Close enough. All right. You're the first to return. Should you have the quartz in hand? Orlent quartz. The cluster of quartz possesses a light golden hue. Excellent. This will make for a fine pair of lenses. Now I need only wait for your friend. I'm back. Uh-oh. Sorry, didn't mean to alarm you like that. Spoke with the Kojin of the Blue as planned. Soon learned that hawksbill shells have been sparse of late. They were reluctant to part with a single one. I was able to wear them down, though, till they proposed an exchange. If I dealt with the red Kojin who'd invaded their fishing grounds, they'd spare a shell. I knew my bow would be useless, so I took a leaf out of Cassandra's book and fought him up close and personal. As you can see, I took quite the beating, but so did they. Maybe a little worse for wear, but the trouble was worth it. Have the shell as promised, and with it, your associates can get started. Indeed they can. Let us first measure your eyesight, and then they can get to work. This is incredible. Everything is so vivid. Yeah. She couldn't see. That's why she could never freaking shoot anything. She looks hot. She couldn't shoot anything because she couldn't see. I'm sure I could hit a bird over the horizon. Come, Cassandra. I want to fire some test shots at the sign over there. Hold on. Seems like a fine way to earn the ire of the Sekisaigumi. Prepare some targets for you, so let's move somewhere less crowded. Of course. Thank you for going to the trouble. Lols. She was a bad shot because she couldn't freaking see. She needed glasses. That's amazing. I love that. I love that she's doing the freaking anime, like, pushing the glasses up with the middle finger thing. I love it. Nice! Nice! As it turns out, she's actually really good with the bow. She just couldn't frickin' see. Lols. Nice. Did it. I really did it. After all these years, my aim is true. When we find Sammy there, he won't know what hit him. I love that. That is such a great plot twist, dude. That's so great. I don't know if I can properly describe this feeling to you. For so long, I don't feel like someone pretending to be a hunter. Finally, I don't feel like a burden. As soon as I catch even a whiff of Samidare's trail, we stop him for good. When the moment arrives, please lend me your strength for one last time. Tonight, we'll retrieve the cocoon and return it to my village. Or together, rather. Koyiki is eager to discuss new developments with you. Here we go. The last part of the melee DPS. Your timing could not have been more impeccable, Cassandra. A person claiming to be an acquaintance of yours stopped by just moments ago, wishing to have a word. About Samidare, no less. They're presently waiting in my room, so give me just a moment and I'll bring them here. An acquaintance of mine, huh? In freaking Kugane? Oh, hey! Serena! Look well, Cassandra. Forgive me for eschewing pleasantries, but there's an urgent matter I wish to discuss. What did we eat the night before our trial in Bottom's Meadow? When we first met in Reunion, what did you purchase at the market? Kinsai, as I recall. I had insufficient funds to purchase it myself, so he helped me gather Whisper Root to trade for it instead. It would seem you too have grown wary of impostors. Then we can proceed straight into the heart of the matter. You appeared in Mall Elo a few days ago, claiming Kian had been driven to madness. He was assembling an army in Doma with plans to conquer the Azim Steppe. Of course. For a blessing, we'd already received word from a Doman envoy that an agitator was mimicking others, and saw the ruse for what it was. Unfortunately, when we attempted to capture them, impostor transformed into a sheep and disappeared among the bands grazing on the plains. When I informed our friends in Dome of the incident, I was told you have been using Kugane as a base to track down the perpetrator. Thought it best I apprise you of this happening. Samidare, he won't relent. His schemes won't end until we make them end. We may discover a clue as to his whereabouts at reunion. If anyone in the steppe has seen him, that is where they will be. Now I must alert the other tribes to this threat. May the wind speed your way. Ten out of 10. Everybody always looks better with glasses. Flat. Just 10 out of 10. Glasses, rather. Glasses, 10 out of 10. Everybody, always. After the Azim Steppe, then, with any luck, someone in reunion will have insight to offer. Seriously, though. Glasses. Glasses are a 10 out of 10. They always make people look hotter. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Glasses, man. Straight up, you will always look hotter with glasses on. Fact. Conflict? Not besides the normal quarrel between tribes. Certainly no disputes on the scale you speak of. But I have heard rumors that Magni has been sneaking out from the Dawn Throne. Where could he be going? And to do what, I wonder? Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Someone stirring up trouble? Quarrel among the tribes is as common as the rising sun. Not a day goes by without it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have goods to sell. Kindly continue your inquiries elsewhere. Conflict is forbidden in reunion. This is known. As for my tribe, all is at peace. I heard a rumor of interest, however. Sin Magni of the Oranir has been behaving strangely of late. Perhaps that is related to the matter you are investigating? Indeed. That's exactly what I need to know. Gotta find Magni, whatever. Are you able to learn anything of interest? Magni! I've also heard the rumors pertaining to this Magni. One person even said they saw him headed towards a place called Bardam's Metal not long ago. Perhaps his is the form Samidare has chosen to take on. Whatever the case may be, we'll find the answer at Bardam's Metal. Can't allow Samidare's depravities to go on any longer. Seal yourself for when next we face him, putting an end to all of this. Good, you're ready. Once the battle begins, there's no telling which form Samidare might take. Eminent warrior, a fearsome beast, or worse. He's also shown more scrupulous behavior in his preparations of late. Whatever his form, we would do best to assume that he has thoroughly studied his strengths, and will use them to full effect. Yet I am not the feeble hunter I was before. Together with your martial might and my exacting eye, we will defeat him. At long last, Itoka shall have her vengeance. My village shall see the cocoon returned. A hunter true. into Bottom's Maidel. Sadhu. Magni and Sadhu. My beautiful bright sun, I bask in your warmth till my flesh returns to the earth. Has the feral dog gone rabid? You speak these honeyed words to lure me into your cot, only to slit my throat as I sleep. Hush, fool, I am your Nama. Though we've had our disagreements in the past, I've come to understand my actions were born of love. Yet only now that I am forced to wed do I realize this. Despite my shame, I wish to confess my feelings before it's too late. Wed? To a thorny beast like you. To whom? To what? He and Nafdoma, by becoming kin, he seeks to leverage the influence of Dawntrail to claim dominion over the steppe. Doma knows no shame. Very well, I will consider your proposal. Far-fetched though it may be, I cannot overlook the possibility that you are my Nama. But first, we must gather our warriors. Doman's impudence cannot go unpunished. We march for Doma come morrow's dawn. That is not your moon! You! What are you doing here? Is it not obvious? They are spies of Doma, come to quash any thought of resistance. You must kill them, quickly. But she is the Kargan. Whack! Nice! Yes. You two are quite the persistent pair. I'd hoped to strike at your backs from the shadows. Now you forced my hand. I will select from my repertoire the greatest warriors I have witnessed, and use their strength to give you the death you so crave. Unbound, Silver-tongued Samidare. Beginning with her. Oh, frick. Itoka, how dare you? My arrow pierces your breast. Itoka will finally know peace. Aw, snap! I can see why people were like, just whatever you do, don't skip this cutscene. I don't know why you would, to begin with, but I can definitely see why you would want to not skip that. That was amazing. In fact, her mastery is mine to wield. Even her command over beasts. Come forth and swarm my foes. Horde of beasts hearkens to Sumidare's calls. see how fleet of foot you are. Well, stubborn fools. Very well, I should borrow the might of that British Ornia. You will scuttle about me no more. Out to deliver the coup de grace with that Dotharly devil. Not of you will remain. Damn you. So be it, I will assume her form. Why? Tamamo Gozen. Ninefold curse. Drink deep of the ambient ether and render you to ashes. Baleful energy. Be in trouble if we don't do something. Ten seconds. Also, if I could hit the buttons in the right order, that would be great. Just saying. Oh, my victory is assured. Is it though? Cause you're dead. His HP went down real fast in that last section. No. Bang! Nice! Ooh! Pain! Oh, that's even worse! You fell all that way down. Pain. Nailed him. Toka, it's finally done. What am I doing here? Feels as though I've just woken from the strangest dream. Well, you see, this cowardly cur assaulted you from behind and knocked you unconscious. You have shown the sun disgrace this day. You will feel his scorn impressed upon your flesh. You shall forget the warmth of his radiance. In the shadows will you scream, yet none will hear. Prepare yourself. Get wrecked. Death would have been too good a fate for him. He deserves to spend the rest of his days feeling the weight of his crimes. Now, we've honored Itoka's memory and reclaimed the cocoon. No words can express my gratitude, Cassandra. I can finally go home. But my community awaits our foremost hunter's triumphant return. What expression will come over their faces when the village disgrace arrives instead? I don't know if I can bear to see. You're not the village disgrace anymore. You've got glasses. Our journey to reclaim the Dreamweave cocoon has come to an end at long last. Would that I could return home in high spirits. As I recall, you said Shashepia is the one who requested your help, yes? Let us make the journey back to Tulialal and report to her all that has happened. Alright, our first role quest done. And I assume that after all of these, there will be another quest line. It'll be released in patch 7.1, it says. Role quests replace job quests due to the difficulty of developing many job-specific storylines each expansion. Yeah. Yep. This is due to the increasing number of jobs per expansion and the increasing fame of the player character and their respective jobs over time. Indeed. Indeed. And I'm so glad that they did. Dude, it's so good. I am so glad that they did. I will take role quests over job quests any day. Because they can just make 5 good freaking role quests. You know? Instead of what? Freaking 23 jobs, I believe it was, last I checked. It's ridiculous. it's 21 if you don't count Blue Mage. So 21 job quests. Like, can you even imagine trying to make 21 job quests? And that's just this expansion. Wait till next. At that point, you're going to need 23, and then 25, and then 27. No. You're back. Were you able to retrieve the Dreamweave cocoon? Itoka isn't with you? Kuyiki, thank goodness you're alive. She is, but sadly Itoka is not. But she's got glasses. May her soul rest in the cocoon's embrace. Can't believe Itoka is gone. Yes, our village's greatest hunter is lost to us, while its greatest failure survives. Here, take the cocoon back where it belongs, home. I have no right to return. Don't be ridiculous. You are a child of the forest. You are a dear sister. You can always, always come home. The entire village has been worried sick about you. We all saw how crestfallen you were. So when you suddenly disappeared, we feared you took your life. For 3 days and 3 nights, we scoured land and water to find you. Yet look at you now, Kuyiki. Not only are you hale and whole, but you have reclaimed the cocoon too. I'm sure that Itoka's spirit, hunting in the forest above, is smiling down at you with pride. And she would much rather you take up her mantle and protect the village than wallow in guilt over her death. Nothing escapes your gaze now, after all. Isn't that right? It's true. Thank you, Shashipia. It's settled. You'll return home with me, and finally our village can breathe a sigh of relief. And it would be remiss of me not to thank you properly, Cassandra, for assisting Kuyiki in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon. You have my heartfelt gratitude. I was little more than a liar and a hypocrite when we first met, but during our time together, I discovered that I'm so much more than that. That with the right tools, even I could become a hunter worthy of following in Itoka's footsteps. I'm truly grateful to you for helping me to see that. Farewell for now, Cassandra. Hope that one day our paths may cross again. Maybe in patch 7.1, but otherwise probably not. Also, your people need to learn how to make glasses. That's seriously my favorite thing. I love that. It's like, it turns out it's not that she's a bad shot, it's that she can't freaking see. I love that plot twist, man. That is such a good plot twist, in my opinion. Oh, I get all 3 types. Okay. I'm used to having to select one, so... And with that, dreams woven anew. Which means I can now dye the Viper gear. Heck yeah. The question is what can I dye? And that does look pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Move one of those. We're gonna remove like 3 of these. black for die 1, cherry pink for die 2. And then if it's the same for the next one, then I'm gonna want the pants dyed. On that first color black, second color pink, yes. Although, in the end, it comes down to the boots. Whoops. Black. And, I mean, we might as well. I'll just have to grab another pink dye out of there. So black and pink. Dye it. Cool. I like it. It looks great. Yep. I like it. It looks great. Very, very nice. Alright, well that's it for the Viper quest line. Well, freaking melee DPS quest line. We do have the caster quest line still to do. Which, speaking of caster, I don't think I've actually shown my Black Mage Glam on the stream. So, I love it. It looks so cute. I freaking love it. So yeah, we do still obviously have the other 4 role quest lines to do. I am probably going to do the caster quest line next time we play. Along with that, we can get the Arcadian started. But again, all of that, I think, will be next time, because it is 5 in the morning. I really wanted to finish off at 4, so that I could have some time to do some other stuff, and that didn't happen at all. So instead, we're gonna go ahead and finish off here at 5 instead. So, or I guess whenever I actually get this like quest line, you know, completed, I suppose. So, okay, I gotta turn in these 2 quests. We might as well do that on stream since we started here. So, like, since we started these on stream and all. You're back. Was the Deadwalk as haunting as we expected? It was interesting. Let me get this straight. You met a disturbed mascot, attended a twisted tea party, were assaulted by a sky wheel and a merry-go-round, then fought for your life in a haunted house? Headless house, to be precise. With that, my suspicions are confirmed. In the days when Dreamborough yet flourished, the Endless House often held plays with volunteers from the audience. These volunteers would be cast as the story's heroes and tasked with rescuing a captive princess from Tromore, Lord of Nightmares. That sounds awfully similar to Cassandra's experience. Precisely. Thus, I believe the Deadwalk's monstrous residents were given life by the lingering memories of the Endless who once called it home. As its name once implied, the district was built for those endless who love to dream. The theme park itself likely gained a mind of its own. Over the years, perhaps it, too, harbored the hope that a hero would grant its former citizens final, desperate wish for freedom and for home. So, as I understand it, when Queen Sven and Zeralja first attempted interdimensional fusion, a few areas within living memory suddenly vanished into the rift, including Dreamborough. And as the endless souls within begin to fade, their memories and desires fused with the very essence of their home to turn the Deadwalk into what it is now? Considering the timing, we have to assume the district's reconnection is due to Her Majesty's last attempt at interdimensional fusion. But with Tromore gone, those lost souls should finally be able to rest in peace. I'm not entirely certain, but the rift did close upon Cassandra's return. I can only hope your hypothesis is truth, and their role in that hollow performance has concluded. As has mine, I suspect. Long have I served as a guide, eager to bring joy to every visitor who passed through living memory's golden gates. But I see now why I remained. I was meant to perform this final act of guidance, to lead you both to those lost dreamers. I do not wish to dampen the mood, of course, so I shall take my leave. But I could not be prouder to serve my fellow citizens. I could not be happier that you are my final guests. Farewell, my friends, and thank you, truly. And he walks off screen, because, you know. I pity him, but I think it's best to let him go. We should return to Solution 9. Your good deeds still need to go rewarded after all. I'll meet you back there, as my real self this time. It is wild to me that this zone just is like this now. Just permanently. You know? Like, I do get the point of the zone and everything. Don't get me wrong. I just kind of figured that something was gonna happen at the end with this area, you know? I was like, there's no way that they're just gonna leave living memory completely empty. But no, that's exactly what they did. They just left living memory completely empty. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just very surprised, is all. This is one of those cases where, like, they legitimately, like, brought everything to an end. Like, I kind of figured it was going to be another Ultima Thule type thing, you know? Where it was like, oh, and now all of, like, this just exists now. You know, all of the Ia and the Omicron and the freaking dragons, like, it just exists now, right? So I figured, like, oh, we're gonna, like, end it by fighting Queen Sven, and then it's all gonna be fine. And then it wasn't. I returned, and with nary a needle to be seen. I experienced them firsthand myself. Pain was simply indescribable. That said, once it subdued, I was surprised to find the lower back pain, which had ailed me for years, had completely vanished. Now, tell me of your expedition. I wish to hear everything. What did you see? What was hidden deep within those ruins? The Great Serpent of Ronka! I see. How truly remarkable. Think that the structures of a separate civilization lie in the depths of the Yakhoi ruins, and at their deepest point, a great serpentine creature awaited. This is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, a significant discovery regarding Dawntrail's history. Tell me, what thoughts have you concerning the valley steppes? I dare say the ruins predate the Yakhoi. Remind me of the ancient Ronkan ruins I saw in another world. Seems special, I guess. I've no doubt there are many gospels that foretold of the great serpent's majesty. Yes. You know of the legendary inscription said to be writ by an illustrious Yakhoi of Eld? I am most impressed. Fit to fully decipher them, but this creature described in chapter 56, verse 3 is in fact the great serpent. This is a most intriguing discovery indeed. Based on your descriptions, it is likely that the ancient Yakhoi simultaneously feared and revered the serpent of unfathomable power. After encountering it, constructed a temple to conceal it from the world. This may be the final element which proves my life's work. A theory, the eerie resemblance of the reflection civilizations. My capacity as a professor of the studium, I've taken the liberty of reading the Scion's report concerning the source, its reflections, and the civilizations therein for myself. Whoa! Kitty cat! I thought you was sliding down there. She just started sliding down and then fell. The findings indicate that the sundering diminished mankind's intelligence to that of beasts. Flourishing civilization of the ancients was forgotten, and the people of each reflection set out on separate paths, forging disparate civilizations of their own. Yet, can we say that these civilizations, worlds apart, are truly so different? We all came from one shared ancient heritage. Would it not be natural that the development of each society and culture bears similarities to one another? Sure. What I'm trying to say is that it is entirely possible a society which predates the Yakhoi and bears similarity to ancient Ronka once existed in the source. Naturally, it is necessary to conduct further research regarding how twin civilizations, born in two separate worlds, developed under entirely different environments. Nevertheless, your discovery today has provided further proof of the plausibility of my theory. On that subject, I would ask you to join me on another adventure, one markedly less fraught with danger. As one who has traversed beyond the Rift of the First, your knowledge and insight concerning ancient Ronka are invaluable. I would journey to Warlord's Echo and speak with the chronicler of the Yakhoi, and may learn of their legends. Who knows? We may just discover some striking parallels to the culture of ancient Ronka. Sure. Warlord's Echo. Nice. I didn't realize that music was there. I'm pleased to see you made it, Cassandra. I came by alpaca, and for a blessing felt no pain in my lower back the entire ride. Perhaps a medicinal application of sabotander needles is a field deserving of further study. Ahem. Subject for another time, perhaps. The personage before us is the selfsame individual who informed me the Yakoi ruins may exist in Shaloni. They looked after me when I came here previously to conduct field work and are an extraordinarily erudite individual, well versed in ancient legends. Tell me, my friend, based on what I've shared with you, were you able to find any commonalities between the legends of your people and the ruins we discovered in Dawntrail? Excluding those concerning disease, precious few stories of our ancestors who traversed north have been passed down. But for the valiant warrior who brought the sky ruin low, I would share with you a story regarding the Great Serpent, one we normally would not disclose to outsiders. Please follow me to the indelible passage. The mural shall explain all. He's so big, dude. Get Gerfurler is so big. Oh, that's not where I'm trying to go. Hang on. Where am I trying to go? All the way the frick over there. Good gravy. It's not like there's even the slightest bit of, like, closer area at all. It's fine though, I suppose. I have flight. A legend concerning the Great Serpent is hidden within this mural. Pray, greatly gaze upon it carefully as I weave you an ancient tale. Gaze? I could not get that word, apparently. Long ago, our sect of ancestors forged north. There, deep within a valley, they discovered the remains of an ancient temple. Its inhabitants had long perished, and the purpose for which the structure existed was itself an enigma. Yet when our forebears finally delved into its furthest recesses, they discovered a great serpent deep in slumber. It should be noted, our people revere servants as divine creatures who govern the boundary between worlds. To behold one of such immense power dormant there within the ruins, they believed it best to build a temple around its chambers and offer prayers for its divine protection. Yet in the ensuing years, our people were plagued by disease. Time and again, our ancestors offered supplications for divine assistance. No matter how fervent their prayers, the Great Serpent never deigned to answer them. In the end, a great many of our forebears withdrew from the northern lands. Only the most devout worshippers of the Great Serpent remained. But they too would eventually withdraw in a somber procession, having buried too many brothers and sisters. Sect to remain prayed for the Great Serpent's awakening, prayed for salvation that would never come. Yet why should it awaken now? And what incited its aggression? Was it simply by chance that it roused in so foul a mood? Or is there perhaps some underlying reason we've yet to uncover? The devout who held vigil of the temple held this belief. When the Great Serpent doth awaken, its coil shall envelop the world. In other words, the creature's discovery was itself a pretext to legitimize their territorial expansion north. Yet their prayers fell on deaf ears. Only now, before our benefactor, is Great Serpent finally awoken. A peculiar, but altogether fascinating turn of events. If the being you encountered truly was divine, mayhap it is you who shall receive its blessings. If we consider that a friend here, a traveler capable of crossing the rift twixt worlds, was blessed by a being who governs that boundary, does that not fit the interpretation held by the sect who remained? At any rate, Cassandra's testimony and the legends of the Yakhoi should go a long way in verifying my theory. I can gather sufficient evidence that these two civilizations worlds apart share fundamental values, prove my thesis. Our outlook on history shall be irrevocably changed. Mayhap even an entire new field of study shall be pioneered. But does the inception of civilization and its infancy bear similarities in each reflection? Was there some localized connection between them, just as a planar fissure? Perhaps there was some all-powerful keeper of whispers peering through the veil. Just thinking about what it is that connects us across the rift gets my heart racing. Ha! I certainly have my work cut out for me. Now that you've made the ruins safe, I may resume my expedition and, perhaps more importantly, continue writing my thesis. Master Chronicler, Cassandra, I cannot thank either of you enough for your cooperation this day. I know not where my research will take me, but I have no doubt my pursuit of the mysterious and miraculous will see us cross paths again. The Ronka. Interesting. So the Yakhoi aren't the Ronka, or other way around, I suppose. The Ronka aren't Yakhoi. There's another civilization that was the Ronka, because they found the ruins before they built anything there. So that insinuates that there was all the Ronka ruins were already there, basically. And last but not least, we shall go meet with Nostalgia. Job well done, Cassandra. With the Deadwalk anomaly taken care of, Oblivion can return to its regular surveys of living memory. I'll have to decide carefully how best to handle the former Haven of the Endless. But I do know one thing for sure. It's our duty to uncover the mystery at the heart of living memory. What it was made for, and what horrors kept it running, so that we never repeat those mistakes. I'd like to think that's what the lost souls there would have wanted as well. That's what'll drive me forward. Thank you again for your help. Safe travels out there. Alrighty. Well, with that, it is now 5:10 in the morning. We still have so much to do in all of this. Because for one thing, there is new level 100 gear. I don't know where exactly. I just know that eventually, I'm gonna want to turn in my tomestones of aesthetics and heliometry for some better gear. I do have to find out where It usually is somewhere here in the, like, side city. It's probably the arcade, you know? Like, if I go over here... Because there was a couple of, like, shops over here. So, I imagine... Yeah, Tombstone Exchange. There they are. Gear Exchange, Tombstone Exchange, and Miscellany. Aw, yeah. Item level 700 and 720. Nice. Nice. Ooh, expensive, though. Not too surprising, though. So, the Quetzali gear. And the Neo Kingdom gear. $180 for these. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad, honestly. And these are this set. Which is fine. So Neo Kingdom. Yeah, it's fine. It's nothing to write home about, really. But it's fine for now. This is where you get your Quetzali gear upgraded with twine, glaze, and solvents. Cool. Okay. And then Totem Gear, Valigarmanda, Totem Gear, Zoralja, and Sublime Curiosities. Yeah, I don't actually know where these are found. The Micah Magicog. Micah the Magical Moo. Trocone the Serpentine Troll Vidrail. And I don't have a clue about this gemstone. And then Valigarmanda, the Sky Ruin Totem. And get Sky Ruin gear. Which is cool. For Zoralja, for the... Oh, that's interesting. So Sky Ruin is... for getting... just weapons? Interesting. It's just weapons, whereas Zoralja gives, like, accessories, but there's no 710 gear. Huh. Pelu Yarn. Sabrail, Varnish. Luckily, I don't need any of those. Yeah, and then here's your Quetzali stuff where you need the Universal Tombstone. Which I have no idea where you get that. Usually, isn't that like you collect the weapon drop from the normal raids? But I don't see any weapon drops. Odd. Maybe it's somebody else that has that stuff. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Well, I think this is a good spot for us to end things off at. Afraid we aren't open for business yet. Nonetheless, we look forward to your custom in the near future. I mean, maybe she'll have it and in patch 7.1 or something. I don't know. Maybe the shop doesn't exist yet because, like, we haven't gotten to there yet. Like, we haven't gotten... Like, nobody has had... That there hasn't been long enough for anybody to collect enough, like, weapon drops. So, it just isn't available or something. I don't know. But yeah. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. You can check the playlist for any other episodes that you might have missed. Kitty Cat is awake and wanting to play. So, there's that. Yeah. Check out Patreon. It helps the channel out. Come on out, twitch.tv/SereneInc, where you can catch this live. And I'll see you all next time. See you later.